Hello, I'm Mark Reddings. Today, football lost one of its champions, AFL great Jim Stein, and tonight, in a tribute to his memory, we present a documentary on his battle with cancer. Please enjoy Every Heart Beats True, the Jim Stein story.
Every Heart Beats True, the Jim Stein story is classified PG. It contains medical procedures. The Nine Network recommends parental guidance for young viewers.
Well, my friends, this morning, our good mate Jim Stein's passed away. Look, in the past 3 years, I have felt absolutely privileged to witness Jim's extraordinary approach to the disease that ultimately took his life. Jim learnt from it, but better yet, he taught from it. And the documentary that you're about to watch contains that wisdom. First broadcast 18 months ago, it details the courage that Jim had to the very end. You'll also see his life's dedication to young people through the Reach Foundation, and you'll have an opportunity to donate so that Jim's legacy may live on.
When faced with death, the ego just drops its barriers, and it's changed my life, like in ways that I would never have expected. Okay. Now, try and get through this in one piece, and then you can ask a few questions.
20-year-old Stynes was one of two Gaelic juniors.
Stynes! Oh, Stynes off the ground. Stynes superbly done. Towards the player sprinting across his mark is Jimmy Stein. 1991 Paralympic. A remarkable achievement. 10 consecutive years.
Spreading a rather more profound message.
Take over the reins this week as chairman of the Melbourne
Great Jim
Football
Stein bravely reveals he's battling cancer.
AFL great Jim Stein's fight for life.
Yeah, there's not a football supporter that doesn't wish him the best.
Jim Stein has been awarded the Order of Australia for his work with the Reach Foundation.
This is not a documentary about a footballer. It's not even a tale about someone fighting cancer. It's a rare insight into a unique mind that is nothing short of extraordinary. And as his good friend, I wanted to share that with you.
When your life starts to become very public, it's very easy to lose touch with reality.
Play by Lockyer. Stynes.
Look, I was probably addicted to anything exciting. You know, playing footy gave me such a buzz, and then when that was over, I was able to replace it with Reach. And at that time, I was probably doing over 200 talks a year. And if that wasn't enough, then I took on the role as president of the Melbourne Footy Club, which obviously at the time was really struggling.
We welcome the Demon President, Jimmy Stein. It's good to have you with us, Jim.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun meeting and socialising and then going to all these different functions that you go to. I could feel there was a certain amount of power in this role. And I started to realise that I could ring anybody and they'd take my call. When we got rid of like the first 2 million of debt, that was such a powerful night. And I felt amazing. So the more credit you get, the more you want to do. And so I was getting a bit consumed, and it was probably a bit too much of the ego getting caught up and not looking after how it actually got there. Like, I had a family that was really important, but I was losing touch with that, and I was losing touch with probably just with life. Like, it's amazing when you get so busy that the simple things just get forgotten.
Jim had a noticeable sized lump in his back for a long time, and life was so frantic and so busy. I kept suggesting to Jim, you should get that lump checked.
And he saw it, and straight away he said, look, we've got to get an ultrasound on this and see what it is.
So he came home and said, I'm a bit worried about that. But then again, life just went back on and we didn't think too much more about it. And then when we went in for the results...
He said, now, Jim, what I'm going to tell you, you're probably not going to hear most of this. So, Sam, you're going to have to hear all this, because Jim now is going to go to another place in his mind, and he's going to be... all this stuff's going to be going on. And it was exactly what happened. I heard the initial diagnosis, which was, Jim, you've got cancer in a number of places in your body. You got one in your lung, which is the size of a grapefruit. You got another one in the back of your leg. You got another little...
There was also one sitting on that nerve. There was a large cannonball sitting in his upper lung.
It's challenging not to think of the worst when you're given 9 months to live. All of what you thought was important just gets stripped away, and you have to shift your mindset, which then allows you just to let go, get confident again, and forget the dark side. So then I got to a point and I said, right, it's time to let people in.
Got all people who were close to him. He didn't tell us why, He just said, come around to my house on this particular night, and you walked in and everyone's sort of looking at each other.
And I just said, look, everyone, I've got cancer. And, don't forget, don't worry about it, don't treat me any differently.
But then he said, I'm going to be fine, and we're on with the show and we're going to figure it out. But it was all the stuff and the whispering around it that fed the demons.
But 3 weeks ago, I found out that I had a lump in my back. And so I got in there, and it was enormous. Like, every channel there was 2 cameras. They were running live feeds. As I walked in, there was a woman standing there, and she's actually talking live to the audience, saying, "Oh, Jim's just arriving now, and he's with his wife." And I'm just going, "Oh my God!" And it spread quite a bit, and I have, a journey to go on.
And that was just the most bizarre experience, to be sitting there when your husband's saying how sick he is, and you're so raw, and there's just cha-ching, 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 and there was just a sea of people. And
I have 2 young kids, and particularly for them, I need you to respect our privacy.
Jules came in and offered to take Jim to the hospital, which was wonderful because it made Jim feel good. And I felt comfortable with that happening because Jim felt good. It allowed me to be with the kids.
And like in the old days when I used to follow Jim around, I thought, all right, I'm going to spend the day with him. It's the only way I can feel better, and to actually drive him to the hospital. He's still jumping. He is. No, you're not. He's so vain. You've got a Bondi body. That's a Bondi chest because it's far from manly.
The way we get back to the way we get back.
You'll never go back now. You'll be doing this for the rest of your life.
Maybe he was getting wet patches on his front.
I know. Well, he's nervous. You're a big celebrity.
You could sell that. It's that good.
Don't.
Come on, have a drink.
Don't.
Listen.
He's had 3 massive temazepam tablets, 10 milligrams each, in this cup, and he's been slowly. Come on, read it out loud.
I can't. Dear Jim.
It's not morphine. I don't want to see your ass.
No, don't show my ass.
You should see the crap I'm going to write on your head when you pass out. And it was time, the nurses came in and it was time for him to go under the knife. And so they put him on this bed and followed him through the hallway.
See you on the other side, brother.
See you on the other side.
If you're not a fat lady, walk away from her. This place.
No worries. Think of that island, Graham said. But at the back of your mind, you knew that, you know, he was... I mean, they were going to cut him open and split him like a rope. When those doors closed, I actually felt really lonely. And I knew there was only 6 hours, and I was, you know, thinking, it's so sterile. And so I took his computer and stole all his photos and printed them up and surrounded his room so he'd wake up.